everyone, my name is Raylene, and today I'm going to talk about just some gardening and some of the things that I'm going to try today and what I do in my garden per se. But let's just say I'm a very brand new to gardening. I mean, I've done things over the years, but I'm still learning and growing, and I encourage everyone to attempt to grow a plant from seed, or if you can't possibly do that, buy a start. And once you get that first fruit, tomato, oh, it's gonna make you feel so encouraging to start doing more. And that's the way I feel, and I'm trying to portray that as well to my family and to my children, especially to encourage them to eat healthy and to encourage them to learn about where their food comes from. So anyways, further ado, I went to a super mart yesterday, and it was not one from my area, and they had a clearance aisle which had all the gardening stuff on clearance, which was fabulous. So of course I went looking, and I did find some fertilizer, and they were organic, but it's nothing that I would normally buy. But you know, I got the whole bag for $2.50. So I got some Job's Organics, and it is OMRI approved, which I don't know if many of you are aware of OMRI approved, but it is an organic material review institution. So it's been reviewed and basically certified, and the materials are organics. So anyways, these are 50 spikes that I got for $2.50 yesterday. So woohoo. And it says feeds all season long without runoff, the spikes. And normally I don't fertilize in the fall, but I don't know, I just feel like this year I'm gonna my spring crops that you could do for spring and fall, nothing survived. I barely even got radishes. I had worms underneath the ground that got those. My broccoli nothing. My cauliflower, nothing. My cabbage, nothing. So it was an epic fail. So this fall, I am really attempting to grow those basically same items, plus some. I do have some other, I have carrots and kohlrabi and kales and many of other things. That'll be another day go through a list when maybe I do a little mini garden tour. These are spikes. Like I said, never seen these before really, or paid attention, I guess. So I'm going to try these out. And it says these are 274, which is nitrogen, phosphate, and potassium. And I know it has tomatoes and then radish and carrots on it. So I don't know how well that will be with some of the things that I mentioned above that I'm growing. I know tomatoes need low nitrogen, so that's probably why it's a 2 in the beginning, but obviously I'm not using it for tomatoes. And I do know greens and leafy vegetables, they do need more nitrogen. Not a good thing actually, because it's a low 2. So, but I guess it's better than nothing. Root vegetables need more phosphate. So maybe I'll stick a couple in my carrot beds and see if that'll help, because that's a 4. But I know most people like to stick to like a 5-5-5. But like I said, since I got this whole bag for $2.50, I couldn't pass it up. I'm gonna give it a try. We're gonna stick a couple spikes next to a few plants, and then maybe 2-3 weeks from now, I'll kind of give you an update. For further ado, let's get on. Here it is. I got a leftover tomato here. Definitely had some bug damage. Then, so this is my little side fall garden. I do have cabbage moths laying eggs and definitely eating on stuff, but I've been trying to keep on it. I did throw some diatomaceous earth on a couple of the areas. Watch me putting a couple spikes into a few of the plants. It's like a jungle in here, because I still have all my mints and lemon balms and rosemary, and they just exploded. So I'm gonna have to do some harvesting of that. Just a few plants. Like I said, I wasn't going to do them all. And then hopefully I can remember. Definitely have to pull some weeds. Garden.
New garden?
Yeah.
I want to do it. I want to do it. Oh,
It's okay. That's okay. That's okay. You're okay, honey.
okay.
Just be careful. You can step right there. Right there in that little spot. There's no plants there. Just some weeds. Yep, right there, okay? Here, you can stick one in for Mama. Stick it right here in the ground. Okay? Thank you.
Yeah.
You don't.
That plant.
Good job. Thank you.
Another one?
You want to do one more?
Yeah.
We're just going to do a couple plants.
Okay.
Okay?
Right there or right there?
Let me see.
Or right there?
No, do right there. Oh, look at the worm.
Where is it? That's it, Mama.
Right there. A lot of my cauliflower died. I'm not too sure why. They were the ones on this back wall here, so I don't know if I just planted them too early and it got too warm, you know, with this odd weather that I'm pretty sure everyone's been having around here. I guess just to boost them, I'm gonna put a fertilizer with every one of those plants, help them along. Hopefully we see some growth and it helps, and I have a good fall gardening year. Let's hope. Fingers crossed. But anyways, thank you for spending some time with me, and I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye. I was out here just checking on the rest of my garden, and he just scared the living daylight out of me, this one. I went to pick my purple potted bean, dried bean, and he was on it. And I don't know if he's hurt. But then there's another one. How crazy. I don't know if this is just like breeding season or if this is the time that they are out, but just my last video, I had another one in my back garden. So, pretty cool. Anyways, so I walked over here and I have a Kajari melon plant, and it's really had just started taking off. So I was kind of letting it be. And we've dipped down to a couple 40-degree nights and stuff. So I just thought for sure these things were just going to die off. Well, to my shock, I have a Kajari melon. Unbelievable. And these are very small melons. And I think they originated from India. They do have a unique taste from what I was told, and a couple other homesteader videos that I've watched. So I'm not too sure if it'll ever fully produce, but needless to say, it's very exciting, and I can't wait to tell my kids when they come home. So how cool. Reheating some of my coffee, even though I don't like using the microwave, but figured I'd add to the video my Baker Creek seeds that I ordered and just got in the mail. This is always like an exciting part. Probably not for everybody, but for me at least, and my channel. And it's always exciting to see what I got for free. You do get a free seed every time you place an order. So, add a couple new things to my fall garden since I'm still producing tomatoes. And like I said, we're gonna be getting a frost soon. So I'm just like waiting it out. They still look healthy and green, but they're all green tomatoes, and some of them don't even look to be near ripe. So we did just do some fried green tomatoes the other night, and that was our first time. My children eating them, and my husband and I really. And they were pretty delicious. A little too sweet for my liking. Like the tomatoes were really sweet. But it's really nice to eat your own fresh homegrown tomatoes, especially. They don't taste just, they don't taste just like water and basically nothing. These actually have tremendous flavor. So that's always unique. But anyways, back to the seeds. So I wanted to try some. I got some broccoli, and this is early purple sprouting broccoli. And from what I understand, it's an overwintering variety. So it's super hardy. So it overwinters spring florets. It needs some overwintering. So I'm going to be doing this soon in my garden. So I don't think I'll probably be getting any sprouts until springtime, but that'll be exciting to see and wait for. And then I didn't have spinach, so I just got some. It says it has big, smooth, deep green leaves and is very fast growing. So we'll be adding this as soon as I get rid of those tomatoes. And then I got another cabbage. I do have the big heads of cabbage. And I purchased them purposely because they were best to grow in like New England, which that's my area, but they're huge. And my husband is 100% Polish. And from what I understand, I wanted to try some of these longer oval shaped leaves to make some glumpkies. The big heads are so tight and hard to unwrap the leaves. I know there's a process you could get it done. I've tried it many of times. I wanted to attempt this one to see if it'll do well with glumpkies. If not, I understand they're smaller heads and they'll probably be great just to throw in a quick dish that I'm making for the evening. So we shall see. Tasty 2-pound sweet and flavorful heads. American heirloom. No? Fingers crossed what that does well. And then I just watched another video, and she planted, I'm going to make sure I'm not butchering this name, but Gomphrena. I think that's how it says, Gomphrena. And it's a flower. And I just didn't want to forget about it, so I looked it up and I put it with my order. So these Gomphrena flowers, they are just annuals. So you do have to replant them, but I'm excited to start them come springtime because she made a beautiful bouquet out of this, and hers was all pink, so it was meant to be, you know, for Valentine's Day. And this was just a mix. It says mixed, but all I see is purple and white there. Sorry, the sunlighting. But I'll be ready for that for next year. And then my free thank you for my order seed is purple Russian tomato. Funny, I thought they would have sent like a fall crop of some sort, and I already got this one free during the summertime. So, wah. Disappointing. But, yeah, there it is. Just wanted to show you my Baker Creek seed order. If you ever want to look them up, you can. It's rareseeds.com. It's just, you know, obviously it's just something that I've heard of and have enjoyed purchasing their seeds. So nothing more than that. So thank you very much for watching.